today I want to talk about dreams, and specifically dream cars. And I want to share with you, after 10 years, I was able to buy my dream car, the Hummer H1, all blacked out. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so I want to give you a quick walkthrough of the Hummer H1. So this is a 2000 Hummer H1. It's a turbo diesel. So these vehicles are diesel. Right in the front, we start off with the winch. Winches are, if you want to get out of a tight spot, you want to pull another vehicle out of the sand, that's what they're used for. Also, the previous owner had done some LED lighting to it. So we have a little bit more modern lights to it. It's almost like the Jeep. So I've had Jeeps before. You have to unmantle this, and I'm just going to show you how the engine looks. So it's a 6.5 turbo diesel engine, like I said, and the hood actually opens this way. It doesn't open, backwards. It opens towards the front. So let me show you how it works. So let's pull it off here. One cool thing that I just learned from another friend, or from a guy who had the Hummer, who I bought it from. So you see these two kind of hooks. So the Hummer or the Humvee, if they were to bring it over from a plane, they would actually hook it from these two hooks in the front, and then they would also hook it from the back. It has two hooks in the back. You would actually drop off the car from the plane or from a helicopter down to the trenches, right? But yeah, that's what those are used. That's what those are used for. So let's open the hood. She's a little heavy. All right, guys, check it out. So it's 6.5 diesel engine. It's made by GM. Diesel. She's pretty mean. She's a mean car. You need 2 batteries for this sucker. So 2 batteries to power up the Hummer. Of course, it goes with its looks and with its uniqueness. This is also like a snorkel. So if I wanted to take the vehicle over to, let's say, a river, or I want to submerge the car completely, I can actually submerge the car as long as I can keep this above the water, and it would actually breathe. So on this side, you have 2 diesel tanks, and actually you can press a button where you can go from one tank to another. So let's say you were absolutely out of gas in your first tank, you press a button inside, and then it leads over to the second tank. Also, another cool feature that the Hummer H1 has, this is called a CTIS system. So the CTIS system, you can actually inflate the vehicle and you can deflate the wheels. Let's say you're on a snowy mountain, and you need to deflate down maybe to about 20 psi, 15 psi. You will get right out of it, right out of the rudder or the snow if you're stuck in the sand or snow. So that's what that's used for. All right, guys. So now let's show you the driver's side. So we're gonna go over on this side again. You know what, we're already here. Let's start in the back. I've always been a big fan of like army and military stuff. So I actually have a military box that was used for cartridges for weapons. But I actually have survival kits in there, water, stuff like that. I absolutely love all the outdoor stuff. Let's go and check out the front driver's side. So let's go. Right, so let's check it out. I'm gonna hop in here so I can show you guys. And you know what? I'm actually gonna turn it on for you so you can hear her when she turns on. So you pull a key as soon as you stop seeing the wait sign. Starts right up. You have your gauges here, and honestly, it's a very tight space. So I'm 6'2", 280 pounds, and for me it's a very, very small space. But what I like to do, if you see me driving around town, you will actually see me with the window down, because this gives me more room. At least I can pull out my torso, right? But yeah, this is how it feels, and this is how I imagined it. So right over here we have what's called the fuel tank switch. So you have your main tank, and then you have your auxiliary tank. So let's say I wanted to go over from the main tank to the auxiliary. All I have to do is press a button, and you can see the little meter move. That's all, simple as that. Like I said, the Hummer has the CTIS system. It's known to have a lot of trouble. I can actually inflate both of the wheels at the same time. I can inflate the front, or I can inflate the back. So if I want to inflate the back, I select the tire and I can press inflate. That sound that you hear, that means that the wheel is actually completely full. The PSI is at a 40, and it doesn't need more air. When it doesn't, then it will continue the compressor to fill the tire, and then it'll let you know, hey, stop filling me with air. So this is a CTIS system. You can also deflate it. So the previous owner told me, he was from Reno, from Minden, Nevada, and he would say that you can deflate the wheels to a lower PSI. So if I were to reduce the PSI over to around 15 or 20 PSI, if I were to be stuck like in a mountain or in a snowy mountain, I can actually deflate all the way down to 15 to 20 PSI and get out of the snow with no problem. It creates a little bit more traction with less air. But yeah, overall, badass car, I would say. Here's a gauge. She's very heavy. She's very heavy to pull, and you feel it. The brake system in this car is not like your normal brakes, where you have the brakes in each of the wheels. The brake system is actually down in the middle in the axles, and it kind of like the big trailers, like the big trucks. It kind of pulls it, and it kind of gives it a swing. So every time I brake, you're gonna see me like this. It kind of swings back and forth, and that's how you stop the vehicle. It does not have the brakes on the wheels. This is where you can switch your gears to go in reverse. This is for your off-road. If you want to hit, or if you want to go 4x4, this is where you can go. Okay. This is your handbrake. Like I said, she's very heavy. So if you look at the video closely, you can see that the Hummer has a little bump up on top. This is actually a searchlight. It does have a couple of TVs here. I actually haven't even tried them yet. So a little cop light right here, some speakers. It does have a subwoofer. You also have this mesh type, so you can put in, strap your guns, stuff like that. You do have a lock here. Overall, badass vehicle. I love it. That's it from the inside of the Hummer H1. Let me give you a little bit more of the back seat so you can see what it looks like on the back. So follow me. All right, guys. So now we're in the back side of the Hummer. From back here, you can definitely tell it looks like an airplane cockpit, right? So why are the seats elevated here, and why is the middle such a huge bulk, right? So the reason is the transmission of this vehicle is actually higher up than the normal vehicle because it has a higher clearance. That's why it's called an off-road vehicle, right? An all-terrain off-road vehicle. So that's why the middle, the transmission is all directly under it. So that's why you don't really have a lot of leg room here down the middle. So I was actually looking for a Hummer that I can drive my kids around in. So that's why I looked for one that had a seat in the middle. So you can fit two people on each side of the Hummer, and then you can fit another two people here. I did this more to show my kids. We've driven it a couple of times down on the strip, and my kids are right in here, you know, and I just want to show my kids that anything is possible. I want to show them that their dreams can become true and their dreams can become a reality. That's my purpose of buying this car, was for me, of course, but it was more for my kids so that they can see that their father has gone for his dreams, and to show them that they can go for their dreams as well. So it's very meaningful to me. I try to take my kids at least once a week to school on a Friday. Usually on a Friday, I take them over in the Hummer, and this is where they ride. But as you can tell, you don't have a lot of space. I'm a very, like I said, I love all these little gadgets and military stuff. So this is like a little organizer for the military. You have your AC vents over here. You have your cup holders. You do have a plug here in case you want to charge your stuff. And it actually does have a DVD player on that side. I'm not really sure if it works. I haven't even tried it. You do have some TVs here on the back. You have some speakers. Overall, just a badass vehicle. But this is the back side of the Hummer H1. Comment below, what do you guys think? Is it cool? Nah. I would love to get your feedback, guys. Overall, badass vehicle. I love it. This is exactly how I imagined it. And if you had followed me before on social media, you would see that I would always post the same car. I would post this car saying, hey, one day I'm going to have this car. And after 10 years, I was able to make it a reality. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to share with you that your dreams are possible. Anything that you think of, you can bring it to reality. You can ask God, you can ask the universe, and God will grant it to you, because we can attract whatever we want in life. What I would do, I would drive my other cars. I would grab the steering wheel. I would close my eyes, and I would imagine myself driving this car. And I wasn't driving fast. I would always imagine myself driving slow, looking towards my wife over here. So just wanted to share this moment with you. It's been 10 years in the making, and it's absolutely awesome. I would say amazing. So this is the Superman of real estate, and I have shown you today my dream car. Sometimes it takes a couple of years, sometimes it takes 10 years, but ultimately, guys, your dreams are possible. And I can tell you from experience, and that's what I want to show my kids and leave that legacy. And also want to show you guys that your dreams are possible as well. So don't stop believing in yourself. Don't stop believing in what you can accomplish in life. Again, this is the Superman of real estate. You can find me in all social media under the Superman of real estate. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.